So I'm really happy. Like, this is my first time ever doing a sewing, let alone a no leave out sewing. So I'm happy. Some colour. Look how pretty this is. I think this is ash blonde. I'm excited. Hello my lovelies. Today I am trying out a sewing for the first time. I've never done a sewing on myself before, but even more so I'm doing a no leave out sewing today. First time ever. We're gonna see what we do. So as always, I'm starting with my middle part, and my plan is to do 2 braids here, one going all the way around, or maybe both of them, yeah, and then vertical braids in the middle. Simple enough. So starting with my first braid. Okay, so starting with my first braid, I'm gonna make a parting from my middle part all the way around to the other side of my nape, so all the way to here. So I'm just going to part that out. So I'm doing this in sections. So the first braid is going from the middle part to behind my ear here. And I've used clips to just separate this surrounding hair so that nothing gets in my way. So now I'm just going to braid this one down. I'm just going to comb it out a bit because all I did was just take out my braids from before when I had the half wig. So I had my crochet hair. You guys loved the high puff. I loved it too. So I'm going to do it this style too. I'm using CURLSQUEEN hair today. And it's also kinky curly. Well, the other one was kinky coily. This one's kinky curly, so it's a little bit different, but I still want to get the same type of look. So we're gonna see what we do today. So I'm just braiding this section down that I parted out already. Okay, so there's my first braid from the middle part to behind my ear, and I'm gonna carry it on here to across my nape. So I'm gonna make a braid across my nape. So I'm just gonna part out that section. Okay, so I've sectioned out the hair at the nape. I'm just going to use a hairband to tie up the rest of my hair because I don't want it to get in my way. Now I'm going to join this braid to this braid and then make a whole braid through. So when I start the braid at nape, I'm joining in the braid that we just did from the front. So I'm just going to join that in. That it looks like one continuous braid around my head. Like that, so got one continuous braid from my middle part to the other side of my nape. And now I'm gonna make a braid just like this one, but from here to now join this one. When I get to the braid over here, I'm going to just join that in. So I'm just joining that in. So now I've just got one braid going all around my head, around my nape, to the middle part. So I've got a braid. Going all the way across. Okay, so now we're back at our middle part, and I'm going to make a diagonal parting up to where I want my middle part to go to. So let's say I want my middle part to just be like up to here. I'm just gonna make a diagonal part right there. Okay, and I'm gonna clip away the rest of my hair. I'm really freestyling here right now. I'm like, if I do this, maybe this will happen. So I'm just gonna braid that down now. And I'm going to make another parting, a thin one here. Now I've only made this one thick because my hair was short at the front, so I needed more of the hair at the back so that it can be more secure, otherwise my braid wouldn't be secure. So that's the only reason why it's this thick. Obviously if your hair is not short at the front like mine is, you can do a thinner braid. So yeah, my aim wasn't to make it as thick, I just have to. So with this one I'm going to make it thin. It's gonna go to behind my ear. I have parted up my hair, so now I'm just gonna make a braid. I've clipped the surrounding hair away so that it doesn't get in my way. When I braid this, I'm gonna join in the braid that we did at our middle part. So I'm gonna join this braid to make another continuous braid like we did at the start. So there's that braid done. And now I'm gonna make a parting across my nape because I want this to go all the way around, just like we did at the start. Parted out the section now, so I'm gonna use this braid to start off this braid so that it's all joined together. You kind of get what I do here, just keep joining the braids together. So it even makes it easier for when you're taking it out because you know all the braids are joined together. So wherever you start, even if you can't find a braid, wherever you're able to start, you will be able to get the rest of the hair out. I'm just gonna braid that across. And now that I'm at this side, I'm also going to join in this braid that we first did. So you see that I've joined in that braid that was once here. Okay. And now, what I did at the middle part on this side, I'm going to repeat on this side. I braided that down now, I've got into this braid, so I'm just going to join in this braid to the braid we're doing. So here we go. Now, all the braids are still joined together, but there's a separation from the first and the second braid. So now we're just going to make vertical braids in this middle section. So I parted out the first section, and because it's kinky hair, I don't feel like I have to make them super flat, but I will not make them super bulky either. So I'm not trying to do like 14 braids, I just want to do less amount than that. If I was doing straight hair, of course I'll need to do more braids to keep it flat, but because I'm doing kinky hair, kinky curly, I don't think I really need to. But I still will try a little bit. So when I get to around halfway, or when it gets to the point where when I stretch out the braid here, that this is still flat when I join it in here. So as you can see, I've actually gone a bit too far down with this braid because when this is stretched out, it goes up here. So I'm gonna just undo this a little bit so I can start my braid a bit higher. So here's fine, so I'm gonna join it here. See that it's nice and stretched and still flat. Stretched out and flat. And then I'm just gonna keep braiding down. So that's that one done. And I'm just gonna continue across, joining the previous braid with the braid that I'm doing. So I'll come back when I'm done. Done the braid now. So that's all the braids done. I'm just gonna tuck this into my other braids using my latch hook. So I'm just gonna insert my hook into here, grab the end of my braid, pull it through, and then just keep going like that. Just inserting and then pulling it through until it is all in there. Just like that. So now that is everything done. Whoop, whoop. So now I'm just gonna sew on, what's it called, a cap. I'm gonna sew on my sewing cap onto my head. So let's get into that. Okay, so I am using this stretchable weaving cap that I just bought from the hair shop. And I saw a video, they used the cap, so I'm like, okay, I'll use the cap. I'll leave them what size I got, but okay, that fits alright. I think I'm just gonna sew onto, so I'm gonna sew onto these braids, but not this braid.
Yeah, no. If I was to do this again, I would sew the cap into all my braids so that my whole head is covered.
I'm gonna put it on. We're gonna make it work. So I'm gonna put it on and I'm gonna sew it onto these braids, and then I'll cut the rest out. So I've already done, put my thread through my needle. I've got a curved needle I'm using, which I hardly ever use before. I really don't do sewing stuff. I really do not do any sewings. Okay, right, let's go. So I'm just gonna sew the cap through my braid, I guess. I'm usually like a straight needle person. When I used to make wigs, I would never use a curved needle because it was to the point, or like the benefit of it really. But I don't know, for some reason now I understand the benefit of it. Like you push it in and it curves already, so it makes sense why I would want to use it, especially for a sewing. I might have to do this off camera because I want to see what I'm doing. So right now I'm just sewing the cap onto my braids, the second braid that goes all the way around my head. Okay, so I've sewed the cap into my head now. So I'm just gonna cut around, like beyond the thread, so that the cap's only on the part that I want it to be on the part. Okay, so the bundles we're using today are from CURLSQUEEN. I got the Kinky Curly extensions, and today we are working with some color. Look how pretty this is. I think this is ash blonde. I'm excited. I'm really excited. Yeah. Anyway, I put the wig cap on and I'm just gonna literally start sewing. Hope for the best. I think the first one I'm gonna literally sew onto the track. Should I sew onto the track? Yes. For the rest, I'm just gonna hook it like under the track, because boy, I can't be asked to keep trying to push it through the track. Just wrap that around, thread around my needle 3 times to make sure it's secure. Okay, so I've gone all the way around.
Yeah, I wouldn't do the middle part again. I would do more like a flip over.
Right. So now I'm doing like this. And we're gonna see how it goes. I can't lie. This sewing experience is making me never want to do it again. No, I very much would stick to crochet or a half it. Do it. Boy. But we're still going on. We're still pushing through. So I've sewn it this way. Now I'm gonna flip it, sew it that way. Oh god, can't be bothered. Okay, I'm still on the first bundle. And I seem to only have this gap left, and I've still got this much left, which is kind of like a perfect fit, I think. So I don't know if I've used too little of a bundle or there's just a lot of hair that comes with CURLSQUEEN's bundles. So I'm gonna finish this off now. I think for this part, this last part, I'm gonna do it a bit frontwards so that the hair falls forward. And I'm just gonna fill the gap. This is what it's looking like now. And I love the color, I love the length and everything. But I'm realizing, okay, like yeah, I'm gonna have to sew it onto this braid too. I don't know what I was thinking I could do. So I left, let me show you. The first braid that we did, I haven't sewn anything onto that. But now I am going to. So really I should have sewed the cap all the way to the front as well. But that's fine. So I'm gonna start from one end, work my way to the other, and then I'll be done. So let me just do that now. How do I feel about it? All the hair is installed now. And just to cover like the tracks a little bit, I'm just gonna crochet the pieces, like some pieces of the hair through the track. So I've just done one here. Just gonna grab my latch hook, grab a piece of hair, put it onto my latch hook and just pull it through my braid so that you can't see the track anymore. I'm just gonna keep doing that. You can see that there's no track being shown, which is pretty cool. So just spin pieces each time, but not too thick. I think that makes it more seamless. That looks really good actually. Just gonna keep going across the front. Oh, that looks really good. Yeah. Okay, so I've done it all. It looks really good. There's no leave out. It's my first time doing this. I definitely see where I could have done better. Especially with like the braiding pattern here. I wouldn't have left this gap here. I would have just done like the V all the way. Like I would do like my crochet braiding pattern. But this is still wearable. I can still wear it out. It still hides the tracks. I really need to start this up. This looks kind of crazy.
So I like to style in sections. I typically do 6 sections, so 3 sections on either side of the middle part. And first, I spray the hair my water and conditioner mix and I brush it through until it's smooth. Then I grab my mousse and I put that throughout the section and also brush it through. And then I do some finger coils, mainly focusing on the ends. I don't know why I did it on this section, but I do it throughout my hair. And then I diffuse my hair on a medium speed and medium height. So now I'm just gonna cut some layers into my hair, and to see like in depth how I style and cut the hair, check out this video that I made before. It goes through it in more detail.
So I've covered all my tracks. It's just I haven't used enough hair. But I still think it's cute. The hair is very gorgeous though. The hair is very gorgeous. Very gorgeous hair. Okay, so I'm done with my hair now. I just used, where's it gone? Okay, so I'm done with my hair now. I just want to show you what I've done to like get this look. I use my afro pick and just to like make the hair bigger, just like this. Give it some volume, and for my leave out, I just use a soft brush. Make sure you get a soft brush, and then just like you do for crochet, the more you brush, the more natural it looks. So just see, that looks very natural, like it's growing from my scalp. I hope, yeah, it looks really good. So I'm really happy. Like, this is my first time ever doing a sewing, let alone a no leave out of sewing. So I'm happy. I did only use one bundle, but I would suggest still getting 2 bundles just in case, because I probably just didn't put a lot in, but it still looks very decent. But this is just one bundle's worth, one bundle and a little bit worth of the Water Kinky Curly wefts from CURLSQUEEN. That is the finished look, guys. Hope you like it. I love it. I think it's gorgeous. I've just been making TikToks all day, so check out my TikTok page. And yeah, I'm gonna quickly do a puff so you can see a high puff, because you guys really loved when I did a high puff with my crochet install. So let me show you what it looks like with this sewing. Just get a headscarf, fold it up, flip my hair over. And then just cross that over, bring this up a bit, and then just like pull. And then just tie it front and back. There you go. Real easy. Can't really see myself, hopefully it's looking a bit cute. Just pull out the hair, make it like nice and big and round it out. Something like that. And that's it. So you want to make sure you do the crochet part, the front and at the back. I didn't do the back because I'm taking this hair out today, so there was no need for me to do the back. But you want to make sure you get a thin piece, because when you crochet in, the hair through your braids, make sure you're doing thin pieces. Like the thinner the piece, the more natural it looks. If you want to wear this hair for a long time, just take your time to do it the first time, and then you're good to go for however long you want to keep your bundles in or your sewing in. So yeah, that's it. That's all for this video. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye bye.